this video. Hi, I'm host Eric. I'm here with Susanna. I'm here with Luna. We're chit-chatting away. You can join us in the go-to-meeting room if you want. I don't know how long we're going to be here, but we're going to talk right now about the exciting world of what I was just saying. What was I just saying about? Oh,
Saying your
talking
normal
all the
stuff.
time and saying shit, right? No, whether you should know about things. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking they should know about something before teaching others about that thing in an authoritative tone. After all, if you don't know anything and you position your thing you're teaching other people authoritatively enough, they're likely to believe it. And yet you don't even know if it's true. Wrong. The less you know about something, the more you should talk about it and the more authoritatively you should talk about it. Now, what this does is it gives other people an opportunity to say no, nuh-uh to you, and then it gives you an opportunity to show them how to respond properly to being called out on being wrong, and to shift the ground to a discourse conversation. So that's why it's important to always talk about things you don't know about as though you did know about them with great authority and conviction. Don't let other people try to tell you that you shouldn't talk like an expert when you don't know anything. Well, you should, because experts are stupid and experts are consistently not as right as me about the thing they're supposedly experts at. And why? It's not because I'm more knowledgeable than them about the subject. It's because I talk about it anyway, and therefore I have to talk about it by a framework. When you talk about it by a framework, you realize most things are fucked up because they're not consistent. They need to be consistent on multiple levels, and they're not. And they fail TI, and even though I'm any dumb, I just can't tolerate it. I can't tolerate TI failures like that in argumentation because I'm very TI heavy in arguments only because of debate. And it's the only way to adjudicate a debate round. You can only adjudicate it by a logical consistency. There's no other way to adjudicate it. If you say, well, let's see who persuades better, who speaks better, performs better, then you're just having a fucking ice dancing contest. There's no battle. There's no warfare. The thing that makes debate excellent and better than everything else is the amount of warfare implicit in the activity. It's so eminently healthy for you to have an opportunity to take off the gloves, and you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to school the living shit out of those motherfuckers mercilessly. It's like boxing. Normally, you don't go and you don't want to get in fights, fist fights with people. But if let's say you're naturally a fighter with your fist, not with your mouth, then you really need boxing badly because it's the only way you can safely fight and manifest your true beast mode nature while not being considered a menace, you know? That's why I like debate, is it allows me at least some context in which I can fight without being a menace.
What is the difference between a person who talks about something they don't know about and someone who thinks they know something and still talks the exact same way?
Good question. They wouldn't talk the exact same way because what I'm talking about involves necessarily addressing framework concerns. People who don't know that they don't know what they're talking about are people like teachers who say to me, "Oh, you do debate? I do debate with my kids in class too. That's fun." Bitch, you don't do debate. You have two kids stand up and you say, "Okay, Johnny, you say apples are red. Now, Mary, you say no, they're not. See, we've debated something. You guys disagreed. That's wonderful." That is drama teacher, Rebecca. I was there, and I was there to coach the high school kids. But what I really want, the reason I was really there is I wanted that middle school team. But when I arrived there, this is after I left and after I worked at Kudos, after I started my own business, I said, "Hey, maybe I can team up with the school I used to work for, right?" You go back there, they got a drama teacher in charge of the middle school debate team. And she has the gall to think she can do the job. It's debate. I know how to debate. I can do it. Debate. It's just a matter of getting the kids to argue with each other, and I can learn it. I'm sure I can learn it. You're a fucking drama teacher, you piece of shit. You can't learn anything. Okay? You cannot learn debate. The thing was, she gets up there and she tries to fucking establish dominance because it's her class. I was trying to not step on her toes, right? But she makes the worst possible decision she can make. She tries to establish dominance by telling me she can coach debate as well as I can. After she practices a little bit. So then, of course I gotta fucking take all of her dignity at that point in front of her class, because I have to say, okay, oh, you can, huh? So then, what should the kids do if their opponent runs multiple conditional counterplans? Oh, you don't know? You don't even know what that is? Gosh, you got a long way to go, Missy. Now, if you recall, you began this conversation by saying blah, 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 blah. But you just said blah, 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 blah. That creates 4 different contradictions, and here they are. Resolve them. Well, Miss Debate Coach? Nothing? Remember, you do debate with your kids here in the class, remember? Oh, we did debate. Fucking idiot. That woman picked... Sorry. I'm rolling through Frustration Town, and I'm reaching back into history for previous frustrations. Today, my frustration ends today, one way or the other. Ends today.
I have to fix something.
Okay, you do that. Well, no, you're not going to get me a Hong Kong woman. Susanna's not going to get me a Norway woman. So we got to start looking at USA women, okay? When you're in the room someplace and you see a USA woman, you find out if she's going to be willing to sleep with me, okay? And then let me know. See if she's possibly down to see if we want it. You know, it's what I want you to start talking to all the different women and come back with a name for me. This chick will be down. Like, find out if Lightbulb will be down. I think Lightbulb will. I'm assuming my INFP's just gonna fail once again to get the fact that she needs to make a decision. And today actually is gonna be the last day I wait for it, because if she's never gonna make a decision. If she doesn't make a decision today, she's said there's no more. I can't persist in this without hating her anymore. It's asking too much of me. So, but I'm assuming she's going to be less likely to make a decision, as she always has been, when she realizes that there's pressure on her. She doesn't like being pressured. So I'm going to try to present it as a straightforward choice. But of course, she refuses to make a choice either. She refuses to view it as a choice. She views it as, I'm making the choice to end it, or I'm making the choice to pull out of this thing. But of course, I'm not. She's making the choice to persist in the status quo and not taking any action to get the only thing that I need, the one thing that I need, that I made really clear from the beginning, is that I'm not waiting, and that, you know, it needs to be real, or else let's not fuck around with it. It's either real or it's not. If it's real, let's fuck around. If it's not real, let's not fuck around. She's gotten away with ignoring that for too long. I have hammered it. And today she's going to solve the problem with a clear, unequivocal answer that actually fucking resolves the thing. And if she doesn't give me a clear, unequivocal answer, then I'm just going to have to withdraw and be disciplined and not go seek her again and find a new chick. That's why I need your help, Luna. You got to figure out which of these chicks around here is good for me and is down. Assuming INFP says no, which she will, or she won't say no. She'll just not say no or yes, as always, and then I'm just going to have to end it. No more time for that. None. 0 more time for that. Not fucking 5 more minutes. I'm going to watch this now. Hi friends, I'm host Eric here with Susanna and Luna from Hong Kong, and we're talking about China and how I don't like it. I don't like China, and I think they're bad. And I think they should stop trying to take over Taiwan. I think they should give Hong Kong back to Hong Kong. That deal is fucked up, right? Britain's like, okay, so we get to have this stolen island for 100 years. And we'll get back to you in 2000 and whatever. And then China's like, okay, fine. Okay, 2000 whatever, we get back now. Except it wasn't theirs when they made the deal. It wasn't the PRCs. It was the nationalist governments. And so why should the PRC get Hong Kong back when they didn't own it in the first place? They're not getting it back. They're like, oh, you're done raping this stolen property? Oh, good, now it's our turn. That's not okay. Fuck China.
Fuck China.
Fuck China. I don't like them. They're bad. They're bad to Africa too. You know what they're doing in fucking Darfur?
They're building production plants and such in Africa.
Yeah, but they're paying for them with guns.
Are you joking?
I'm not joking. They go to the places where there's no government and there's like warlords and shit. And they say basically, okay, you need guns. We need to be able to access this area and set up our defenses so that you won't be able to get in here afterwards. So we're going to give you guns over there. And while we're giving you guns over there, we'll be setting up our perimeter here for our little oil drilling or gold mining operation that we got going on. And then we're going to hire mostly people like Malaysians to come in and fucking do the work. So you warlords can continue your economy of brutal plunder more efficiently now with these new guns that we've given you, and we'll continue our protocol of brutal plunder in our own special racist way.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Mm-hmm. It is. Africa. Africa's a disaster. Such a fucking disaster, right?
Next target, Africa.
I could have sworn that if we'd just gone over there and teach all those barbarians how to be civilized, that it would turn out great. I would have sworn it would have turned out fine. I mean, after all, look at South Africa. Holland went down there and they said, don't worry, black people, we're here, we're going to make things better for you, we're going to run this country just fine. And they did a fabulous job until all of a sudden somebody had the great idea like, oh, maybe we should desegregate. Now look how fucked up it is. So, I mean, obviously, the Europeans went down there with the best of intentions and the right plan, and it's just those Africans' stubbornness that causes neocolonialism to fail. I think we can all conclude that that's true.
Stupid Africa.
I know. Come on. Turn into Europe already. We sent you Portugal, we sent you France and Algeria, we sent you Holland down in South Africa, we sent you our very, very hard-working slave traders in the Ivory Coast, and still haven't learned a goddamn thing. Still starving in the jungle. Can you learn how to keep the flies off of you, please? People say, let's send Africans food. We need to send them fly swatters. Because if you've seen the video, and I know you have, what do? They sit there on the ground, and flies land on them, and They don't even shoo them away. Why would they do that? It's because they are lacking in fly swatter technology. My new plan is to open up a fly swatter manufacturing plant in the Congo. And once, it should be close to Ethiopia, hopefully, because Ethiopia obviously is where people have the least ability to shoot flies away. Even if the fly lands right on your lip, they just let it sit there. It's crazy. So I'm convinced.
And they're very sad.
They don't even know they don't even know they can shoo it away, obviously, or else they would shoo it away. So what I'm thinking is once we begin my education program, a public education program, we'll put up posters and it show like a diagram of a hand going like this to shoo a fly away. And it'll give instructions, but it'll also say, however, if you want to be more efficient, you can buy one of these Congo brand fly spotters. And everyone will go out in the jungle and they'll get their shells and their trinkets and they'll come trade them for a fly spotter.
But how will you build the plants? Will you pay them with guns?
I'll pay them with fly spotters.
I make this thing for you and you can fly swatters. But then they're sort of getting it for free. Or no?
Well, but no, they're getting it for work. And because I'm not going to need the whole population of Africa to build my factory. And the people who aren't active in building it, they'll have to pay for fly swatters. Now, if you work the full 6 weeks on the job site, you'll get 3 fly swatters as payment. Okay, so it's true you could give them to family members, and I lose a couple of customers there. But here's what I envision happening. See, when I get to Africa, and the black people who are walking around, they see me and they go, "Why doesn't he have any flies on him?" They'll wonder, they've never seen anybody who knows how to shoot flies away before.
Yeah, but then it will be like, that guy's not normal. He has no flies on him.
Hey! That's a good one, Susanna. It's a good video. I'm halfway through it. The fly video.
Okay.
Where are your flies? Your lips, they're pink all around. There are no black spots on them. Hey, have you seen one of these? It's a fly swatter.
How do you even live without fly shit on your mouth?
Right. Well, see, and this is going to be trouble because at first what they're going to do, they're not going to get it, and they're just going to start hitting their face with the fly swatter. So I have to explain, no, you try to hit them when they're not on your face because then you just there's still a black spot on your face. Well, you can't really see, it kind of blends in with your skin, but anyway, why am I being so racist?
Yeah. Sort of excited.
It's just funny to be super racist. I don't know why. Because racism is absurd, but also because people get fussy about it, it makes it extra funny. Oops.
Yeah, and the Chinese are racist fucks.
Yeah, they're super racist. I came up with that fly joke, the fly swatter joke. The original one was just like, I was doing a lecture. Kimball, I like to make Kimball laugh when I was working with her, and she was there, and I was doing a lecture. She was kind of like chilling in the back or whatever, and we were talking about Africa, and I'm hanging out with or whatever. If it's a chick, especially, if I'm into the chick, right, I want to make her laugh. Hearing a chick honestly laugh at one of my jokes, if it's a sexual thing there, is super fucking juicy. And I'll remember that memory and it'll make me feel good again, And I started talking to Susanna, and then I looked and it wasn't Susanna, it was you. Okay, well, that's about 3 minutes of crap. Oh, it's still recording. What were we making a video about, though? Were we making a video about something?
I don't... You started ranting.
Yeah, there's about 3 minutes of crap at the end, but besides that, it's really good. It's the thing that's good about it though. Also, is or one of the main things that's good about it. It's not. I think it's funny or whatever, but it rings as two people enjoying themselves. You know, you look happy throughout the whole thing. You don't look like sometimes as I'm rambling on and on, I see your eyes glaze over and stuff. You seem pretty engaged throughout the whole thing. I seem happy. People like that FE shit a lot, you know? People want to see other people experiencing positive emotions. That's why people like to watch those kids react to whatever videos. Have you ever heard of those things?
Yeah, I've seen a few.
There was a big, like, YouTube scandal of sorts when the people who made those originally, or who was most famous for making those kids react videos, tried to put all these legal. You heard about it? The legal protections?
Yeah, I know about it.
Isn't
It's
that
really
crazy?
dumb.
That's so dumb. But it didn't cost them long term. That's the thing. People are very forgiving. They lost a bunch of subscribers. They're like, we're sorry. And then everybody came back or whatever.
It will be interesting to see what kind of reaction comes to that.
Regarding what? Oh, that race video? The flies?
Yeah, it was pretty racist.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is racist. This human interaction bores you, Luna. My goodness. Goodbye. Um, I don't think it'll play as racist. I think it plays as fun loving.
Yeah, I hope so. But we'll see.
Yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those that gets almost no thumb up or thumb down action, because that happens sometimes when people don't know what to do with something. Like,
Yeah, they like it, but they don't want to admit that they like it because could be taken as racist.
or they don't like it, but they started thinking about what they would say, not about how they don't like it, and then they can't come up with really a good argument, so they just go, "Oh, I don't know, I don't get it." That's how I would interpret people not responding. Is more likely to be that for something like that. But you're right, though. Of course, some people could like it and be concerned. But see, you don't get. There's no indicator that it's you who thumbs up it. So I don't know. I think it's more likely they'd be like, I can't figure out how to comment in a way that makes him understand he's wrong, and makes me feel smart and make me feel like I won this thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. However, some people are pretty stupid.
And some people actually don't care about winning and losing very much. Like INTJs. They think that's stupid. They think INTJs as well. They think we're supposed to be here to all glean whatever good knowledge we can and ignore the bad things because we don't have to adopt it into our perspective. So if somebody else has an opinion I disagree with, it's fine. I just won't include it in my own thinking. And there's no point in arguing about it because that just wastes time. That's INTJ, ENTJ shit. They're not deliberative. They don't like to hash things out. They like to learn things from experts.
Learn things from experts.
Yeah. That's why MBTV is so different than Talking with Famous People.
I haven't even watched it.
That's funny. Most people who come here watched that first. Why do I have this? See, how can this be at 24